Hello, everybody. It's Michael Flecha. Welcome to another edition of the TXN Sports World. You can call this a vlog or a brief, but what's up, everybody? It is Michael Flecha. I am in my home in East Providence, Rhode Island. And ladies and gentlemen, as many of you guys know, earlier today, a shocker at the Michigan University, the Michigan Wolverines, firing Sherrone Moore with cause that will basically end his tenure at the Maize and Blue. Earlier today, we got reports that Sherrone Moore was fired with cause after it was being revealed that he was in a, let's just say, had an inappropriate relationship with a staffer of Michigan for, it seemed like it was for the entire season. It looks like it goes beyond that. We don't know much on the details of it. However, something else came out of it and was shed light that really took this to a whole different level. Um, where this inappropriate relationship was went a little more beyond that, where supposedly Sherrone Moore may have been involved or did some payment for an abortion that was made. Now we don't know that part of it, but we do know what Sherrone Moore earlier tonight was arrested by Michigan police. We don't know the logistics on that situation. Obviously, we're still working that angle of the story. However, there is another story that just came out, and this one's even bigger than Sherrone Moore being fired. And that is that Michigan has now been in contact with current Alabama head coach Kellen DeBoer, and there is rumors that Kellen DeBoer may become the next head coach of the Michigan Wolverines. This came out about a couple of hours ago, around 6 p.m. Eastern Time, where Kellen DeBoer, as many of you guys know, was a candidate at the time before Sherrone Moore became the head coach. Jim Harbaugh made Sherrone Moore the heir apparent, even though when Jim Harbaugh left for the NFL to become the head coach of the Los Angeles Chargers, Kellen DeBoer was definitely in the mix. Kellen DeBoer had a lot of success, former Eastern Michigan head coach, then left Eastern Michigan to go to Washington, and in that year, Kellen DeBoer took the Washington Huskies all the way to the college football playoff national championship game, however, lost to the same Michigan Wolverines. Then Jim Harbaugh left. Kellen DeBoer's name was thrown around as a top candidate, and unfortunately, Kellen DeBoer did not get it. Sherrone Moore got it, and basically became the head man for Michigan. And now, all of a sudden, now we get this news: Sherrone Moore out because of inappropriate relationship with the staffer, and there might have been something even more to that story. But obviously, we want to let the justice system do what they need to do and everything else. However, from indications and rumors that I've been hearing, it looks like this was more than just a 1 year thing. It might have been a little more than that. We don't know the logistics of it. However, if you do enough snooping around in the interweb, you may be able to find out who the person was. You probably would dig a little more deeper than some other people will. So this was a turn of events, obviously a shocking announcement, as Michigan's getting ready to play in the Citrus Bowl against Texas on New Year's Eve. And this was a shocker. Obviously, it was a shock announcement with cause, so we knew it could not have been football related. It had to have been something more. And then word got out about an extra, that an extramarital affair, that he had gotten involved in an inappropriate relationship with a staffer, and then more and more stories were coming out about a possible that payment of an alleged abortion had came out, and then there was the report that around, I want want to say around 6 p.m. Eastern time, that Sherrone Moore was arrested. And if you kind of put two and two together, it might have been about the alleged payment of the it might have been about the alleged payment for the abortion, or it could have been something even more. We don't know about that part. We're waiting on a police report or some police press conference, just something that will give us more indication of what happened or what is happening with Sherrone Moore, at least when it comes to that part. But the big story is Sherrone Moore is out. He is out of the head coach of Michigan. Um, Hokie is now the new head coach or interim head coach for now, and it sounds like, depending on who you believe or what the rumor is going around, the rumor is going around is that now it looks like Kellen DeBoer may be the next head coach of Michigan. There is a deal being finalized right now. We don't know the logistics of it. We don't even know if this is accurate. But however, there is some reliable sources that on Twitter and X tonight that is reporting that yes, Michigan has been in contact with Kellen DeBoer, that there is some negotiations going on. Now the question now becomes: is it a buyout? Is it gonna be, will they be able to get it if Alabama gets knocked out of the college football playoff, because they do have to play on the opening weekend or next week? They have a first round matchup against Oklahoma. If Oklahoma knocks out Alabama, does he take the job then? What is going to be the future for Kellen DeBoer? But it sounds like DeBoer and Michigan is definitely there. There is smoke. There is fire. So we don't know what that's going to look like. But whatever the case may be, very, very, very crazy, crazy, crazy few hours here. And we're still trying to work the details. So if we have more, we definitely will update you guys on that as soon as we get more information. But until then, thank you so much for watching this. I am Michael Flecha. So long for now, everybody. Bye bye.